Hi everyone, and welcome to Business and Communities Northern Ireland Benchmarking Survey How-To webinar. My name is Catherine Campbell and I'm an Environmental Advisor at Business and Community and run the Benchmarking Survey. I'm joined today with my colleagues Keelan and Hannah.
Hi.
Hello. So this webinar will provide you with a general overview along with some guidance and tips on completing the survey, and I'll briefly go through the changes we have made to the survey questions in 2024. If you have any questions as we go along, please use the question and answer function and we'll answer those at the end, or email us into the environment@businessandthecommunity.org.uk and we will answer your questions after the webinar. So the survey is a free online self-disclosure exercise, and this is the 26th year of the survey. So why take part in the Environmental Benchmarking Survey? The survey process enables organisations to examine their performance and to drive continuous improvement. You can see here some of the key reasons why organisations participate. So it can set effective targets for improvement, self-assess your operational performance. It helps to engage stakeholders. Data gathered through the survey can help support decision-making, strengthen organisational identity, enhance company reputation, and it's a unique and valuable opportunity to learn from what others in your sector and other organisations are doing to improve their environmental impacts. So the survey is open to all organisations in Northern Ireland, but you must be registered to participate. If you are a Business and Community member or have completed the survey in the past, we'll automatically invite you to participate by email. And once registered, your email will contain a unique link access to your survey. So just some key dates to remember. So the 14th of June is your deadline for informing business and the community of your Bring a Business nomination. The Bring a Business initiative asks survey participants to encourage one of their key suppliers or contractors to take part in the 2024 survey. This is an effort to challenge participants to work with their supply chains to improve their environmental impacts and an opportunity to gain bonus points. So 1 bonus mark is for introducing another business to the survey, 2 bonus marks for helping the business to complete the survey, and 3 bonus marks for having an ongoing mentoring relationship with this business to help them improve their environmental management and performance. So the survey closes on Wednesday, the 27th of June, and on the 20th November, your results will be announced at an event. The nominations for the George Dawson Award closes on the 17th of October. So the George Dawson Award is an annual recognition award that celebrates an individual's contribution to improving the environmental performance of their organisation. Colleagues can nominate someone from within their own organisation, and the nomination form can be found on the survey webpage on the Business and Community website. So, small business survey. This is open to organisations with less than 25 employees. It is a shortened version of the main survey, and there is an award for top performing small businesses. Looking at the scoring, organisations take part in an awarded platinum, gold, silver, bronze, or green. The higher the overall score, the higher the organisation will rank. All participants receive a certificate regardless of their score and can use the survey branding on their company's materials. Your individual score is not made public, just where your organisation is ranked in terms of platinum, gold, etc. Participants completing the small business survey can achieve a top level of silver. So looking at the sections in the survey, so there are 4 sections in the Northern Ireland Benchmarking Survey. Section 1 looks at your corporate strategy. Firstly, exploring if environmental issues are considered in the strategic decision-making process. Then how senior leaders are involved, and finally, we explore how you engage with stakeholders, your employees, customer and supply chain, and on environmental issues. Then section 2 is the environmental management section. It focuses on formal environmental management system and the different elements of that. for example, environmental policy. So in question 4, if you respond to yes, we have an environmental management system in place that has been externally certified to ISO 14001, EMAS or BS 8555, or an equivalent standard. You'll be asked which standard of the organisation is certified to and the date it was last certified. And this means then you'll be automatically receive full marks for all of section 2 and you'll be transferred over to section 3. So section 3 is environmental performance and improvement. This is the largest section in the survey and the most time-consuming part to complete. The questions in this section have been grouped under key environmental impacts. So these include climate and carbon, circular economy and resource use, additional impacts, nature and biodiversity, and environmental performance and improvement. And then finally, you'll have the assurance section. That's just one question to assure the survey. So now we'll look at the changes to the survey in 2024. So in order to keep the survey relevant and challenging, we review it each year in consultation with our funders and stakeholders. So there have been changes to the following questions in 2024. So we have made some slight changes to the wording of some of the questions this year in several sections. However, this won't affect what it's asking in these questions. And the main change this year is we have introduced a more detailed nature and biodiversity section. I will go onto the survey platform and show you these questions now. So if you can see, this is the line survey. It's very simple and easy to operate as well. So we're going to go through the nature and biodiversity. So last year we had just one general question and it was to select what things you were doing towards nature and biodiversity. And this year we decided to make it a bit more detailed. So we'll have strategic planning and objectives. We'll ask how your organisation included nature and biodiversity in its strategic planning and policies. And then you just have 4 options. So it's not included in organisations' planning and policies. It's mentioned within policies and are available to staff. We have a separate nature and biodiversity policy within our organisation available to all staff. And we have a strategic plan supported by relevant policies and a budget in place. And staff are informed, trained on nature and biodiversity. Then we'll ask about activities engagement regarding this. Has your organisation taken any actions to identify, reduce its impacts on nature and biodiversity within the organisation and or across its value chain? This includes suppliers and consumers. So again, just select one of the following. So no, not yet, it's in the plans. We have identified impacts but not taken any action yet. Yes, we've identified the impacts and taken any steps with our organisation to reduce the impacts. Or the final one is identified impacts, have taken steps within our organisation and across our value chain to reduce impacts. And also we have a text box down here, so just to explain what actions you have taken if you have taken any. The next question is measuring and reporting for nature and biodiversity. So it's, does your organisation measure and report on nature and biodiversity? Again, it's choose one of the following. So no measuring or reporting is currently carried out. Informal measuring or reporting is currently carried out internally. Then formalised measuring and reporting is carried out internally and or externally. And then finally, our organisation measures and reports publicly on nature and biodiversity in line with external initiatives. And then finally, just one last question. This is an unscored question. However, we want to know if you are facing any challenges while addressing nature and biodiversity. And that is the new section on the survey. And just quickly show you that if you press next, then it'll take you on to the next section. So it's very user-friendly. Back up. Yeah, so it's a very user-friendly, and just I want to reiterate, please contact us with any queries or issues completing the survey at our environment inbox, please, and we'll have no problem helping you along, and no question is too silly. And then just looking at some tips for completing the survey. So leave plenty of time. It does take a while to do the survey, and if you leave plenty of time, there won't be any panicking at the end. Don't miss out on any of the extra points available for Bring a Business. Do normalise your data whenever it's possible. For the additional impact question, please focus on the most significant additional impact to your organisation. All the questions have the question help button, but we'd encourage you to read this guidance when completing the survey. And remember that you can save as you go and return to your survey at any time before submitting. And all the information on the survey can be found online on our website. There you can download the full questionnaire, small business questionnaire, guidance notes and sign-off sheet. So now we're going to take any questions and answers that came through or any that you have.
Hi everyone. So we don't see any questions in the Q&A on the Teams call, but I suppose just to open up if anybody has any questions for us. I think you should be able to raise your hand. Or again, just pop them in the Q&A. So Adrian, yeah, are you able to unmute yourself, Adrian? Okay. Adrian, that should allow you to speak.
Yeah, sorry, apologies. Is that okay now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, that's great, thank you. Just wondering on a couple of questions that asked about supporting evidence, and I can't see a facility to upload anything.
No, we don't want reams and reams of additional uploads and attachments. I suppose there's a comment box, and that's where you can reference those additional documents that you have. And where we would require all of that is if you were subject to a verification meeting. That's where we would sit down, go through your submission and follow. We want to see all that evidence that you've put in to your submission, that you can back it up with those additional documents and everything. So we don't need that as part of this process. But that will come then further down the line as part of the verification.
Okay, that's great, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Adrian. And then Mandy, let's see if we can. Should allow you to unmute.
Yeah, is that me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Mandy. Go on ahead.
My only question is, with the nature and biodiversity, with the main new questions, how tightly are they scored? I know you probably can't tell me exactly, but I'm just thinking, with companies who maybe just start on the process, it's a good thing that they're starting on it, but is it kind of a yes or no question? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I suppose like one of the purposes of the survey is to continue to challenge businesses in the whole environmental agenda. And we do see nature and biodiversity rising up. That it's an area that businesses do need to start addressing. So that's why we have given it that wee bit more of a space within the benchmarking survey. And we've tried to, like last year we introduced it, and it was, as Catherine said, tick box. So if you've done these initiatives, you just tick them. So we've just tried to pull that out a wee bit more, but it won't be scored, it won't be weighted in the same way as the other areas at the minute. But obviously we don't disclose how many marks it is. But we would encourage you to obviously look at the questions and try to apply what we're asking for within your organisation as well. So as I said, is there to continue to challenge organisations and participants.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wanting, just to make sure that it wasn't very highly rated, because we're making progress, but we're not as far on as we would like to be. And I know there will be other companies who maybe won't. And it's quite scary if you haven't really started, that if you thought these were quite highly rated, scored. So, but that's fine. Thank you. That's all.
Or you can. Okay, thanks, Mandy. And Emma, Did I see your hand up, or is it going down again? Go on ahead, Emma.
There we go. Sorry. Hello. This is our first rodeo doing this. And in the first section, regarding the corporate level, we are a renewable energies company. So all the things that we invest in and all the things that we work on are environmentally based. We're doing wind turbines and we're investing in technology that's going to save energy. So does that count? In terms of the corporate side of things, or do I need to be talking about the things we're doing over and above what we do anyway?
So you're talking about your core operations are in renewables. What we're looking at is that you have your own internal environmental strategy for the organization. That's what the benchmarking survey is all about. It's about your internal processes around your environment strategy.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, because the business strategy is environmentally based anyway. That's where I'm getting confused, I think.
Look, we're happy to take that one maybe and have a wee call with you separately and just go through it in more detail if that's of help.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
No problem. Just reach out at the environment inbox and we'll arrange a meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, is there any other questions? I don't see any hands up.
We just have one in the Q&A section from Samuel Turner. He's asked, how detailed does the evidence sections need to be?
Okay, so evidence section, we're not looking reams and reams of detail, just your headline information. And then, as I say, we can drill down to that if you're subject to verification. So hopefully that answers that. And I don't see any other questions, but I suppose just to reiterate, we're here to help. So if you have any queries as you go through your submissions or any issues or anything that you want to talk about, something that you're doing within your own operations, do you want to see where it fits in the benchmarking survey, do reach out. The contact details are on the screen. And there's also contact details in the e-shots that go out as well. So just reach out to us at any stage. The benchmarking survey closes the end of June, and we would encourage you all to use the Bring a Business initiative and encourage those within your value chain to complete the survey. The only restriction is that the organisation must have a base or an operations in Northern Ireland. Surveys open to all businesses and free to participate. So again, we would just encourage you to spread the word and gain those extra points through the Bring a Business initiative. But if there's no other queries, just happy to bring this to a close. But I say, look, reach out at any stage. So thank you all for joining this morning, and hopefully that gives you 10 minutes back to go and grab a cup of tea before the next meeting. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.